In this video, I'm going to show real quick how to do the 3 homeworld jumps for Spyro to Chargeless categories. As far as I know, only Jumpy Left and I have done categories like that, and I think a lot of the reason is because of the difficulty of these jumps. They're not too bad, it's just that no one's really explained them before and they are kind of tight, but I'll break them down and explain them. So in Summer Forest, to get to Crush, what you want to do is jump onto that wall. So you're going to hop onto this archway right here. You want to make sure you have plenty of room to walk up to the peak so that you can gain speed, so be a little bit further down this panel. Also, you want to make sure you're not too far to the left, but you have a little bit of wiggle room. So close, but not too close, so that as you turn, you can make it onto the edge and minimize the distance between Spyro and the wall as he jumps. So you're more likely to make it up. So what you're going to do from this position is hold up and R2. As you get to the peak, you're going to do a full jump and glide. And while still holding R2, that helps me to turn. I'd recommend it. While you're still holding R2, you're going to go from an up to an up left input. And then as you get into that low point in the wall, you're going to do a hover. So I'll hold up and R2, jump, glide, hover. You can do this with charge, obviously, but I actually think that doing it chargeless is easier. So whenever I do this jump, like in double jump categories or things like that, I almost always do it chargeless. This one is probably the easiest trick of the 3 I'm going to show in this video, so definitely get good at that one first. From there you can just glide over to Crush. Now for the second one, in Autumn Plains, when you get to the top of these stairs, you're going to walk over into this corner and turn the camera. I like to use this cloud up here above the green rooftop as kind of a point of reference. So I nudge myself in here. You're going to turn and face this way. You want about that much of the cloud showing. Then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to go forward and glide to build speed. Gliding does build a little bit more momentum than walking. And then you're going to do an edge walk and then hover under the platform right there. So in order to really optimize everything there, like I said, you want to glide to gain momentum. Don't blow up this basket, because as you approach it, it will nudge Spyro over and actually put him in a really good spot on this corner. You don't want to be right on the corner, you want to be kind of on the inside of it. And then, like I said, you don't want to flop off like that, but you do want to get as close to the edge as you can without flopping. So you just need to get a feel for what that looks like and what that feels like. And then when you get off the edge, you want to do a full jump and a glide to optimize your height. And then from there, once you're gliding, it's something you have to get a feel for, but after just about a second or half a second, you'll have to hit L2, and that will turn Spyro in a way that will help him get a good hover. So then when you come to about this point right there, that's where you want to hover, on that kind of white brick. So position yourself, glide, get an edge jump, full jump, and hover after hitting L2 during your glide. So yeah, the trickiest parts I'd say are probably just making sure you have a good feel for that walking off the edge, and then the L2 input is key. It's just a tap. You want to glide and then just tap it like that before you hover, and that will help you get maximum height. For the last jump, this one is actually more of a wall glide than a jump per se, but this one, while it's not quite as tight as that second jump in Autumn Plains, this third jump can seem harder because there's more involved in the trick. So what you're going to do is get in a good position. So I like to be right above this green triangle right here. So as you come up the stairs, kind of approach right toward the door, get to that green triangle, and then I like to turn. And what I do is aim kind of for that dark, shadowy part of the wall. The idea is to get a good position or a good direction relative to the mountain, but then get nudged over by this wall as you walk off the edge, so that you can obtain a good wall glide. So what you're going to do, just like in that second jump, you're going to do a glide and walk off the edge to gain momentum. And you're going to get nudged by that dark spot in the wall right here. And as you walk off the edge. Once again, do a full jump into a glide. And then from there, when you get next to the wall, you're going to tap right ever so slightly. And what that's going to do is make sure that you move slightly to the right so you cut your glide, but you don't want to do it too much. Otherwise, you will just, glide off in this direction and then won't have enough height. So you want to just tap it. So once you get nudged by this part of the wall, tap right. And then what I like to do is hit R2 to kind of move the camera once after I've hit right. Kind of just to help. This, like I said, I'd say is probably the hardest of the three, the least consistent, but it's very doable. The wall glide helps Spyro get plenty of height if you do it right. And then from here you can just kind of glide down here, hover, and then get swimming air with a head bash. Or not. But yeah, definitely practice this one a lot, because ending the run on the hardest jump sucks. But like I said, those inputs are really consistent. It's just a matter of thinking about everything all at once and executing it properly. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Hope people start doing chargeless runs. I guess they're not that important, but they're fun. So thanks.